Good morning, dear students. In the last video we have seen about the ideal gas equation and the values of R for the given volume and pressure. Now today we will see the next topic. It is combined gas law. So here all the different gas laws we have now studied. So what is combined gas law? There are four variables, or we can say properties, which determines the behavior of gases, which are pressure, volume, temperature and number of moles of the gases. When two of these properties were constant, then the different gas laws with the relationship of other two properties were existed, which we have seen. So here let's have a little recap. So when two are constant, see, in each of the gas law, when two properties out of the four are constant, then the laws are in the relation of the other two quantities, or we can say other two properties. So Boyle's law gives idea for the pressure and volume. Increase in pressure, decrease in volume, or increase in volume, decrease in pressure, inverse proportion. Charles' law gives the idea about volume is directly proportional to temperature. Gay-Lussac law gives idea about temperature is directly proportional to pressure, and Avogadro law gives idea about the volume of the gas is directly proportional to the number of moles of the gas. Now for the combination of the gas law, it was assumed that number of moles are constant. When we are considering the gas, any particular gas when we are considering, then the amount taken is in the relation of the number of moles present in it. That is what we say the amount of the gas. So once the gas is considered, then its amount remains the same. So we can say that number of moles are constant. And thus for combined gas law, the Avogadro law is overruled because it is in the relation of number of moles. Right? Then the relation of other three gases, Boyle's law, Charles' law and Gay-Lussac law, we have to consider, where Boyle's law is P is inversely proportional to volume. So it gives P1 V1 equals P2 V2. Charles' law gives V1 by T1 equals V2 by T2. And Gay-Lussac's law gives P1 by T1 equals P2 by T2. Now when this all three combination of gases takes place, then with the help of the ideal gas equation, because I told in the explanation of ideal gas equation, that is the gas which follows all these laws is termed as ideal gas law. So on the basis of ideal gas law, the equation PV is equal to nRT, which is simplified as PV by T, because N and R, N is the number of moles constant for gas and R is the proportionality gas constant. So taking the constant value on the same side, we have PV by T. And now for gas 1, P1 V1 by T1 is equal to nR, and for gas 2, P2 V2 by T2 is equal to nR. So when we combine this equation 3 and 4, we will get that P1 by V1, P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. And this you can see pressure, volume, temperature, pressure, volume, temperature, all are combined for of the Boyle's, Charles and Gay-Lussac's law. So this equation 5 is considered as combined gas law equation. Now let us see how this combined gas relationship is applicable. So let us take an example. A weather balloon rises up and collect the data of the weather, but at and about 27,000 kilometer it burst, and why not before this kilometer? So this is one applicable question where we will apply the knowledge of our combined gas equation. As per the Boyle's law, at high height, pressure decreases, so volume increases, and if such things happen, then a balloon should burst. But at the same time, what is Charles telling? The Charles law tells that at the height, temperature decreases, and when temperature decreases, volume decreases. So balloon does not burst because its volume won't expand. But at n above 27,000 km, due to excess decrease in pressure, volume increases beyond its limit and the balloon bursts. So this is how the application of both the laws, Boyle's law and Charles' law, along with the temperature is taking place. That is why combined gas for a certain condition is applicable. The next topic is density and molar mass of the gas. How we are able to calculate density of the gas as well as molar mass of the gas, it is to be discussed in this topic. So here also we are in need, when we are talking for the gas, so we will be in need of the equation which is ideal, and that is ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT, where n stands for the number of moles. And how moles is calculated? Since 9th standard you are learning how moles is calculated. Moles is equal to given mass by molecular mass. So small m stands for given mass and capital M stands for molar mass, that is equal to n. N stands for number of moles. And what is density? Density is equal to mass by volume. So density D is equal to m by V. Now if we put value of n in PV is equal to nRT, that is ideal gas equation, then instead of n what we can put? M by capital M. So PV is equal to small m by capital M RT. Rearrange these terms of ideal gas equation. Why? Because we want density. So taking molecular mass on the left hand side, we will get volume here. So it will be now PM is equal to M by V RT. What is M by V? Again see here, M by V is equal to density. So put this value in the equation and we will get PM is equal to DRT. Again this rearranged equation of D and M, we will get M is equal to DRT upon P, equation 2, and D is equal to MP upon RT, right? Here what happened? This P is taken on right hand side, so it is M equals DRT upon P, and here RT is taken here, so PM by RT is equal to D. So this equation 2 and equation 3 are the required equation for calculation of molar mass and density of the gas. Now the next topic is Dalton's law of partial pressure. All these laws we studied, but now what is the Dalton's idea? So in 1801, John Dalton said that the total pressure exerted by a mixture of non-reactive gases is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of each gas. So Dalton was in the idea that all the time we are not supposed to study of only single gas. Now if more than one gases are mixed together and if they are non-reactive, then they will not react with each other and they will exert the pressure, because after all they are gaseous, and gaseous state being more space between the molecules, they will randomly move here and there, and so they will collide and exert the pressure. So he gave the idea that the individual pressure of the gas will be the total pressure, right? See, here is an example. If two or more gases are mixed in a gas jar where they are non-reactive to each other, to form a product, then product is the sum of the pressure exerted by gas A and pressure exerted by gas B. So here is the gas A, barometer, closed end barometer, right? So due to the pressure exerted by gas A, the molecule will try to hit to the level of the mercury, and there will be the change in the height. Same thing, the pressure will be exerted by gas B. So pressure of gas A, PA, pressure of gas B, PB. Now when these two are combined in a similar jar, then the height will increase because A will also exert a pressure, B will also exert a pressure, and we will get height 3. Right? Mixed pressure of A and B. So as per the Dalton, H3 is equal to H1 mercury column height plus H2 mercury's column height. And thus exerted pressure PA, here is H1, PB is H2, and sum of H1 plus H2 is H3. Therefore, sum of pressure of A plus pressure of B is equal to total pressure. So, the total pressure as per the Dalton is individual pressure of the individual gas, and sum of it is the total pressure. Now, the Dalton's partial pressure is to be again calculated in terms of mole fraction, right? So you know, as per the first chapter, what is mole fraction? Number of mole of particular substance in a total substance is considered as mole fraction, right? Na upon Na plus Nb, that is equal to capital XA, that is the mole fraction. Recall the first chapter. Here also we will be in need of it. So again, as per the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. Now for gas A, that is pressure for gas A, PAV is equal to nART, first A equation, and same for pressure gas B, PBV is equal to nBRT. Now from this equation 1A and 1B, if pressure created by gas A and gas B is to be calculated, then we will take volume on the right hand side and it will go to the denominator. So pressure of gas A is equal to nART by V, that is 2A, and it will be similar for pressure of gas B, that is equation 2B. So total pressure will be according to the Dalton's partial total pressure. P total is equal to PA plus PB. This is our equation 3. Now substituting the values of 2A and 2B, that is the value of PA and PB, what we will get? See here, PA is equal to nART upon V and PB is equal to nBRT upon V. This is our fourth equation. We will simplify this equation, right? As per our mathematics, the like terms are simplified as taking common. So here P total is equal to Na plus Nb RT by V is common. So we will take it as a common, right? And this is our equation 5. Now the equation 2, because we want in mole fraction. So we want a pressure of particular gas by the total pressure of both the gas. So this is total Na plus A plus Nb, and we want only Na as well as Nb. So dividing equation 2A and 2B, because partial pressure A and partial pressure B by this total, what we will get? See here, PA upon P total. This is 2A and this is fifth equation. So PA, what is the value? nART upon V divide by P total. So what is P total? Na plus Nb RT by V. Please pay attention everyone. What is PA? nART upon V and divide by P total. So here I have written in a separate, divide by What is P total? Equation 5. Na plus Nb RT by V. Now go back to our 5th standard where you have learned the fractions operation. If it is division, we will change it to multiplication by reciprocal. What is reciprocal? The value of denominator will goes to numerator and value of numerator will come to denominator. So this step will remain as it is, NART upon V multiplied by 1 upon Na plus Nb into V upon RT. Clear? Now see the cancellation RT, V by V is cancelled. So what we got? PA by P total is equal to Na upon Na plus Nb. See here. Number of moles of gas A upon total number of moles of A and B. What is this? Mole fraction of A, which is denoted by capital XA. Similarly, we can get for gas B also. PB by P total is equal to XB that is mole fraction of second gas. From this equation 6a and 6b, if we want pressure in terms of mole fraction, then what we will get? Pressure PA. Take P total on the right hand side. P total on the right hand side. What we will get? Pressure of A in terms of mole fraction will be XA into P total, and for B, XB into P total. Right? So this equation 7a and 7b are the partial pressure in terms of mole fraction. Now the next is application of partial pressure. To calculate the pressure of dry gas, we are in need to apply our partial pressure equation. When the gas like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and many others are manufactured or prepared in the laboratory, they are collected over water in the apparatus as water-filled trough and an inverted test tube.